Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more Batman, Enemy Within, episode 5, the final episode, and let's continue on here.
Batman, no!
So that bomb just went off. Okay.
Joker's getting away! He's got Waller!
Get down!
Okay. Well, we got impaled. That's not too bad. Actually, no, that's pretty. Actually, yeah, that's pretty. It's a pretty big thing, isn't it?
Batman!
Frame rate.
Oh my god.
We're fine. We'll be fine.
On three.
I probably need the
1, 2,
obviously get healed
3.
and stuff, but should be fine. Is this really the best way to be doing this?
One more time.
I have to hold it. Okay, I mean, that probably wasn't the greatest
How to stop
either,
the
but
bleeding.
sure.
Batsuit. Seal.
Okay.
Batmobile. It'll get me home.
You got it.
I love you.
Stay with me.
It was a smooth guy, right?
Batman. Batman!
Alright. Which again, I still find this like romance between the two like really fucking forced. But outside of that, whatever. Anytime now. Yeah, really been enjoying this episode so far. Here we'll see how they wrap it up, but I think this has potential to be my favorite episode of the season.
A guy walks into a doctor's office. The guy says, Doc, I've got this thing with my hands. They won't stop shaking and it's driving me mad. And the doctor says, have you been drinking a lot? The guy says, no, not really.
Not you two. I guess Joker's made an impression on everyone.
Oh, no, this was in my repertoire long before Joker. Almost prescient of me. When you were just a little taller than my knee, I'd tell it and you'd laugh and laugh. I thought I was quite hilarious. Haven't seen you laugh like that in a long while. I decided my bedside manners could use some adjustment. Admonishing you never seems to get us anywhere. Try not to move until
whatever
the
happened to
painkillers
Catwoman?
settle in. That leg still needs to heal, as do the
Yeah, whatever.
3rd, 8th, and 10th ribs.
How did I get here?
Miss Kyle, she managed to get you into the Batmobile. The car arrived here, and I tended to you. It must be nice to be reminded that you have friends you can count on. And then there are friends who do things like this. He could have killed you. He nearly did.
After what he's done, he's no friend of mine. Not anymore.
I'm afraid it's only gotten worse. Computer, bring up all live news feeds. Filter for the word Joker.
Gotham is still picking up the pieces after a man calling himself Joker led an assault on the GCPD.
There has been no confirmation whether Amanda Waller, director of the agency, is still alive.
The pursuit led onto the sidewalk where frightened citizens dove for cover.
Officers chased the madman for hours after the
We
attack,
know
but
that
lost him in the chaos.
11 people were
This
seriously injured.
incident has many wondering, who is the Joker? Where did he come from? And where will his reign of terror end?
You advised him to try and rein in his urges.
Reports have confirmed 8 casualties.
It appears to have fallen on deaf ears.
It seems so.
You helped make him, you know.
Excuse me?
This Joker, from the start, John has hung on your every word. Bend over backwards to please you. Your influence is everywhere in him, even the part of you that is darkest. And now he is that.
You're right. Maybe I just refuse to see it.
I know, Bruce. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said all that to you, the shape you're in. I've had too much time to think while you've been recovering.
Okay.
Careful now. All the way up, Batman. It's time to meet your new partner.
Sorry, my what?
Who, Tiffany?
That was your cue, dear. Did you
Yeah, obviously,
not-
she's talking about the new outfit.
Tiffany
Yes.
is my partner.
I
Yeah,
was
whatever.
hesitant
Yeah,
at
it's
first,
Robin,
but I
never
just
gonna
couldn't
show up
talk
in
her
this.
out of it, Bruce.
It's kind of a shame.
Because your drive, your passion, just like when you became Batman. That's a difficult thing to say no to. At least hear her out.
All right. I'm trusting you on this one. If you think something like this can work, then I'm willing to give it a shot.
Oh, I'm not sure about this at all. But I wasn't sure about Batman either. I may have my doubts, but you need the help right now, and I mean you to have it. You have to put a stop to him, Bruce. I know you will, but whatever feelings you may have had for John, don't let him use them against you. You can't allow him to cloud your judgment.
You don't know John like I do. He still considers me his best friend. He wouldn't abuse that.
He's a killer, Bruce. A maniac who kidnapped the head of the world's top intelligence agency. You can't go on blind hope that he will be the man you once knew. While you were out, I've kept abreast of the authorities' search for Joker and his associates.
Okay.
John has often mentioned he misses Arkham. Maybe he's hiding there.
I thought of that. I'm afraid our own drone network has come up empty in a search of the asylum grounds and its catacombs.
The agency searched the subway layer the Pact had been using. They found nothing and razed what was left to the ground.
As for the GCPD, they've investigated John's other favorite haunt, the stacked deck. Interviews there yielded nothing useful, other than the fact John and a few of his regulars he's recruited to his cause haven't frequented
Oh,
the
that's that guy
establishment in
was.
over a week or so.
That's who Willie was. I remember now. Okay.
Willie Deaver on the left, and that's Frank Dumfrey. Waller set up a stakeout at the funhouse after her agents' bodies were found. She has people there around the clock. John's gone to ground and in none of the usual places that we know about.
I'm done.
Okay.
My word. Well, you certainly look the part.
Just wait till you see what it can do.
What a
Oh my
generic
God.
outfit.
Bruce, are you okay?
Don't worry. It looks worse than it is.
Yes, you get used to him lying like this, unfortunately.
Is this what happens to you all the time?
Not all the time. Just the bad days. It's a long shot, but the water tower, where Joker set his ambush for the agency, it's still an active crime scene. With a little bit of luck, there may be something there I can use to track him.
I'm coming with you. Chemical sniffers, advanced sensor suites, early warning defense nodes, all with sync capability directly to your cowl. It scans and catalogs evidence in a nanosecond. Maybe even faster than the back computer. It's even got some defensive options. Non-lethal, of course.
Let's take
Sounds
her.
like a plan.
I won't let you down. I won't let either of you do.
Let's get to work. You'll need these. For the pain.
You're forgetting something.
Okay. Well, that's something. That's a pretty mediocre outfit. It would have been cool if they made her like Robin or something, though. Of course, they're not going to, so whatever. Yeah, we're never going to get a Robin in this Telltale series. That's kind of disappointing. Obviously, because it's over. I mean, this is the end. Because I guess they were like season 3 is never like confirmed or anything, but obviously now there's never going to be a season 3, so whatever. I like this series. I think these two games have been pretty solid, and I think it's a shame that obviously Telltale closed down and whatever else, but I guess it is what it is now.
Nervous?
Isn't everyone before their first crime scene? How do you... I mean, how do we do this?
Watch what I do, and keep cool.
Easier said than done.
You'll get the hang of it.
How do I sound? Oh God, that's not how it's supposed to sound.
Sounds like Lady
That
Arkham,
needs some
rather.
work.
You'll get it.
Batman, didn't expect to see you here. And this is?
She's with me, Detective.
We might not be able to give you a lot of time.
With Waller kidnapped and me getting canned, no one's sure whose jurisdiction this crime scene falls under. The agencies or the GCPD's. So for now, let's go ahead and say it's yours, all right? My people are here to help however they can.
Gordon, I appreciate the assist.
Sure thing.
When does Gordon
What should we
learn
be
that
looking for?
After the patch
Batman's
separated,
Bruce
Joker had
Wayne?
to find somewhere
'Cause he does
else
find out at some point,
There
right?
could be clues
Like,
here
is he
that
ever gonna
tell us
find out
where
in this
that
game
is.
or not?
And
Yeah,
where he may
Barbara
have taken
Gordon hasn't
Waller.
appeared either. That's kind of disappointing. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff they could have done with the
So
season
this
3.
partnership
They
between
never
you
got it,
and
but
Batman.
oh well.
When did that happen?
It's new.
There's a lot of shit here. Yeah, I haven't talked about new Survivor.
Looks like it was
the
crushed.
2-hour episode
Is that a
Survivor tonight,
blueprint?
and
It's tongues.
yeah, overall it was pretty
Hard
underwhelmed.
to break
I
that
thought
just
the
by
first
stepping.
vote with Alec going
Bane's a
home
big boy.
unanimously, that was kind of whatever.
Remarkable
And obviously there was
craftsmanship.
some good stuff in that episode, like there was the
So
challenge, which was incredible.
He's become quite
And
the show
there was good stuff in the episode, but I think
Rondo
overall it was
doesn't
kind of just a
seem
meh
particularly
episode.
crafty.
And kind of similar for that second
maybe they
episode,
had a
where I
shop
think the second
class on
episode, obviously you have the blind side of Carl, which is like cool, I guess, but it's like, I don't know, I felt like it was so foreshadowed upon in the previous episode. Just by the time we got to it, it was like, I would have been more excited if Allison got blindsided than anything. Like, if Allison went home with the 5-4 vote and Mike didn't flip, I think that would have been more exciting than a Carl boot at that point, considering how predictable that was.
This Joker guy going nuts. I heard it started with Riddler's murder, but he's
Yeah,
blaming
we're
Waller
down to
for
8
it.
people left
Wouldn't
now.
actually surprise me.
So that's interesting.
Riddler's murder. Really?
But maybe it was always just a matter of time before he snapped.
So yeah, Alec went home, which again was pretty much expected considering all the spoilers with,
Festive,
with
but
the
not elite.
not spoilers, all the TMZ things, whatever. The him saying fuck it and shit. And then the Carl again, his edit didn't really support him going too much further. So yeah, we're down to the final 8, and it's an interesting group. I think
WD.
I'm still on the Nick bandwagon. I still think Nick is
Joker's
winning this
associate.
game. I still
What
think
do you
his
have on
edit
him?
is pretty strong. Getting a very strong first episode tonight, and then the second episode not as much. But again, it's one of these situations where he was in the minority. And I do think the edit was trying to protect him in that sense,
Hey,
because
can I see
he's
your
the
notes?
this is the first
Yeah,
time
sure
he got
thing, kid.
like the least amount of
Is
airtime
this- You
for
write
the
your notes on
episode.
paper.
Yeah, well, I put them in the computer when I got to the office.
And I believe the
mean,
only
you could
airtime he
put them
got was
down
like at the
in a
very
phone.
beginning of the
Yeah,
episode.
look.
So I do think they were trying to protect
I'll
him.
keep
Obviously, he was on the wrong side of the numbers. So I actually think this is a good thing for Nick, and I do think
I
Nick
thought
is
that
still
was our
winning.
nickname.
However, I would go through the other people. I mean, again, I think Christian had a really good night. I think the problem with
I miss
Christian
this,
is
you
that
know.
he's just such a
You
an
and me
obvious
raking over a
threat.
crime scene.
And also, we already see next episode,
I
Gabby's gonna
messed
go
it up,
after.
didn't I?
They're just gonna try to go after him. And
In
I
the
really
early
feel like,
days when we were chasing you, not
like
realizing
while
you
Christian's
were one of the
edit
good guys,
is
you and I came to an
similar
agreement.
to Nick's,
We worked
I feel like
together
the
to
problem
make
with
Gotham
Christian is
safe.
that we're not seeing as much of his connections
I lost my head
with
the other day.
a lot of his actual
you know I'm
alliance.
sorry.
Well, I feel like with
cracked,
Nick, like we
like I
see
said I
his
would
connections
when
with like
Waller
almost
first moved
everyone
in.
there.
I said and did some things I'm not proud of. And I regret it.
You were just doing what
So
you
that's
thought
why
was
I'm more
right, Joe.
positive on Nick, because I feel
There's
like with
nothing to
Nick we see all these
apologize for.
like they've both gotten
You're a good man. for saying that.
these personal moments throughout the season, but I feel like Nick has also gotten the strategic credit that Christian hasn't necessarily
Got
got.
something
Again, I think he got
interesting.
some tonight, and he definitely got
It's
some during the Amanda
faint
Pete
signal.
episode. But or not Amanda Pete, what the fuck, Jessica Pete, sorry, episode. But overall, I do feel like I'm definitely more positive, obviously, on Nick than Christian. And then we can go to Gabby, who I think this was a decent night for Gabby. I just
Bane's
don't see
dinner.
Gabby winning
Your
though.
suit was punctured.
At this point, especially, like I
Is it
think
useful?
again with the mix of the
No.
spoilers and also just
Not
what we're seeing on the
infallible,
show, she's
I'll
not
add it to
winning.
ignore
I
the
mean,
drone
I think to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if she goes home next. I wouldn't be shocked if she goes home next episode if they're trying to get out Christian. That Christian figures it out, uses his idol, gets rid of Gabby. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I don't know why the fuck I went back up. Then we got Davy. Again, the last remaining David here. We got Davy, who, again, a relatively quiet night for him. I mean, he had some airtime,
Nothing of note.
particularly in the first episode, but it's like a pretty quiet episode for him, and not a great episode either. I mean, it's just like Davy's just one that I feel like they show him whenever they feel like they need to, but they don't really show him that much, like in just like random circumstances. And I think Davy would be like a great person to bring back for a returning season, but I don't see him winning this season. And I feel like he probably is the person who does end up finding another idol and gets blindsided with it, according to the spoilers that are out there. So. Again, I mean, like, Nick found an idol tonight, which was kind of surprising, again, considering the spoiler that has been accurate up to this point. Has said that 2 people this season find 2 idols, and now we've gotten, Dan with 2, and then Davey, Nick, and Christian each with 1 each, so it's like, it's kind of a weird circumstance now, where, like, supposedly one of them are going to find another idol, but it's like, when? I guess Christian can use his idol next episode, and then Davey can find the episode afterwards and get blindsided with it. I think that's a likely scenario. But, I don't know.
I recognize it.
And then the Goliath star left. We got Allison, who again is not winning. She's not winning this season. We got Angelina, who, to be honest, I think this was a decent episode for Angelina. Not a great episode, but a decent episode. Again, I think one of the problems is that obviously she was shown
What do you think?
to be fully in with Carl in that group, and obviously she ends up getting blindsided on the wrong side of the numbers and everything. So it's like, that's not great. But then she did also get like she got to explain a lot of her reasoning and everything, which again she's been getting throughout the entire season, which is why I find her edit so strange. She's been getting this CPN sort of edit, but it's like it's a CPN. I mean, yeah, I mean it's a CPN edit, which is interesting for female, because that's something you don't typically see. I mean, with males you see it sometimes with like Tony as an example of a CPN, but you don't see it as often with females. So that was interesting, because usually with females it's usually like a OTTN, or and really it's like hardly ever a real N, isn't it?
There's
only
only one
how many negative female
Their main plant was
how many female characters really get that negative of an edit? Yeah, are still also complex personalities, but either way.
The plant's been abandoned ever since. Perfect hiding spot.
We found him.
Well. What's all this then? A bat and a walking mustache trespassing on my crime scene.
You escaped.
You got it all wrong, Batty boy. I'm here on agency business.
Jesus.
For the love of God.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm one of the good guys now. So hand over everything you found before I knock out those pearly whites. In the name of the law.
Batman, we don't have time to mess around with this clown.
Make time, copper. You all take orders from me now.
I don't take orders.
So there's that. There's Mike White, who I still think has no shot of winning this game, but I think I'll be shocked. Oh, again, the spoiler implies that the final 3 is going to be Nick, Angelina, and Mike, and I feel like that's a very likely scenario. And I feel like in that final 3, I just don't see how Nick doesn't win that. And like I see Mike getting no votes in that scenario, and I think that's a very likely outcome.
These suits are convinced I
But again,
can save
he voted out Carl, which I don't know if that's the right move or not, to be honest. For Mike, I guess it is, just because obviously he has a connection with some sort of connection with Allison.
Poor guy's falling in with the wrong crowd.
Well, he pretty much has no relationship with Carl, so whatever, I guess.
Oh, now there's an idea. You can tee him up, and I'll
Though I do
knock
think
his
he
head
has
off
more
his
of a
shoulders
straight
with my
path with this other
government
group.
shoot
Like
hammer.
if it's like Davey, Carl, Nick, Angelina, and Mike in the final 5, I think he's like, you would think that he's guaranteed final 3 of that. Like, it's like you would think that him, Nick, and Angelina would easily team up.
You cops can't just shoot people like that.
I'm off duty.
Hello? What's the girl gotta do to get some fire? The hell?
Oh shit. Okay.
Asset in the line of fire! Don't shoot!
I can hack those collars in my sleep.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, there's that, and then who's the last person? Kara. Which this was a decent episode for her, especially because, like, obviously with the last episode, one of the worries was that most of her storylines were completed with Dan going home. But with this episode, I mean, these two episodes, like, she was shown she was there. Like, I don't know. I don't know where her head's going. And if the spoilers are right, I don't know why the fuck she's getting all the screen time, considering she's not really adding anything. And that's why a lot of people have her as the winner pick. If I was not spoiled, I do think I would have it between Nick and Kara. But because I am, like, somewhat spoiled, I do think Nick has an edge. But whatever.
I'm the one in control here. Not you, not the GCPD.
Good luck with that. I'm sure it'll work out great.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Drop the controller. Okay.
You hear me? It will.
Go find Joker before he carves up Waller. I'll clean up this mess.
Have your people hold back until I call them. Waller's life may depend on a stealthy approach.
Batman, good hunting.
How far away are we from the end? Gotta look this up, because I do want to know. Ah, shit, wrong one.
Anna Grace, cause of death?
Shit.
Batman. Got a visual on Joker and Waller.
This because I'm assuming this is like the final
I'm in the
confrontation,
rafters, out of sight. Say the word if you need help.
Thanks.
Bruce, I know you and Waller have your differences, but she doesn't deserve this.
I guess we still have like 30 minutes left. I don't know. This is Ace Chemicals, right? So.
I take complete responsibility. So the camera can pick it up.
Took you long enough.
Batman! Thank God! I mean, I assumed you'd be okay. You're Batman, for Pete's sake. But still, are you okay, buddy? I was really worried about you.
This needs to stop. Let Waller go.
I was kinda hoping you were here to see me. Maybe to apologize. I mean, you sold me out to our biggest enemy. It was upsetting. But the two of us can get back on track. I know it. I'm this close to getting Waller to admit to every terrible thing she's ever done. And when that's over, I'll deliver her punishment. It'll, of course, have to reflect the enormity of her crimes.
Waller needs to go to trial. Maybe spend the rest of her life in a cell. But not whatever this is.
Do you know how long that would take? You know, I don't know why you're not more into this. Think of everything she's put you through! Everyone is disposable to her. Even her own agents.
I know I've made mistakes. You try to do the right thing, but there's always a cost. Just ask your pal Batman there. He'll say the same thing. I do what I...
You know what? I'm thinking of ending the episode here. Actually, no, this is probably not a good spot, though.
I'm not ashamed.
I've made tough calls myself.
Yeah,
I
I
understand.
don't think this is the good...
What?
We gotta find a good spot to end this. I'd like to spend this pretty soon.
Any of her crap? Clearly, we need to keep moving along. We've heard your excuses. You didn't mean for people to get hurt. Collateral damage, yada yada yada. But there's one crime that can't be excused. You killed the Riddler. And then you tried to pin it on me!
Didn't kill him. Like I said.
It was you! You killed Riddler! Say it!
I will not.
If there's one thing I learned by watching you, violence solves a lot of problems!
I think we'll end the episode now. Whatever. We'll end the episode now. Next episode we'll go and finish off the game. Finish off this Let's Play. But for now, thanks for watching.